Howdy y'all, it's me, Detective Drizzleboy. Today we're going to be doing a follow-up video to my last video about Spotify's AI. So as I said in my last video how they had taken my computer science thesis, I actually decided to do a much bigger playtest using my AI model, the Veil protocol, which is a AI model that's designed around using entropic seeding to improve the accuracy of scientific calculations and charting new scientific discoveries. So this is me trying to cure cancer inside of Spotify's AI using my AI training model, the Veil protocol. Yeah, I know, trying to cure motherfucking cancer in this biz. So I'm gonna let the playtest run while I talk a little bit more about what I'm actually doing here. So for one, to try to get the entropic seeding to match the input-output process, basically I'm trying to manipulate the input token to try to make the output token be the desired outcome. So within the context of like AI seeding, is that like you can feed an AI anything, but at the end of the day, what you feed it dictates what the output is. Now, for me as a normal human, I don't necessarily know what to feed the AI to get it to output what I want, aka the cure for cancer. So what I did is I go into a separate project, aka Grok. I did Grok in a separate tab, and I had it feeding me the input based on the output that the Spotify was projecting. So basically, by having the two AIs communicate, I can use Grok in a separate tab to kind of predict and calculate the seed before the output even comes out. Because again, even though that there is a sense of that, like you really don't know what's gonna pop out at the end from a human perspective, but the AI might be able to calculate what the other AI will output, and that's where this kind of begins the process of RNG manipulation. If you know anything about Pokemon RNG manipulation, it is very similar. So basically with Pokemon manipulation, they would try to target specific frames within the context of the internal clock. Basically, you can manipulate the RNG because, again, randomness within computers is not actually random. It's based off of the timestamp of the internal clock, or more complex technology, the radiation decay value. So just like that, there was a separate software outside of the Pokemon where you would calculate what frame you need to enter into to be able to catch a shiny Pokemon or a perfect IV Pokemon. So it's very similar to that, where it's like you're using the external Grok, using the Veil protocol to try to calculate the seeds that are needed to actually output the desired outcome. The mechanism that this is using is that AI has access to so many medical databases and can cross-reference within milliseconds. So the idea is that by looking at the overall standing of medical science, you are able to remix the data by looking at patterns and trends within medical science and science already, basically by trying to understand the current context of reality we are in, the current tools that we have within this reality, and how we can look at trends to solve things that have yet to be solved. So I do have to make the disclaimer, I don't know how accurate the information that's coming out of it. It is more the technique and the methodology behind it that is what the Veil protocol is. Now, a lot of this information is already existing as it is based off of databases that already are, trying to solve the same problem. However, based on my research, it looks like some of this synthesis is in fact new information, and I, as somebody who's not necessarily a cancer researcher but rather a computer science, cannot actually fact check this. So I need somebody who is actually in this medical field to be able to look over this, because I do think that it would be very important for me as an individual, as a scientist, to see how far my research has gone. So if you are specifically somebody in this field, I would love to hear your opinions in the comment section below. But that's everything, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Detective Drizzleboy out.